last week we mistakenly used a picture of Umana Okon Umana, the MD of Oil and Gas Free Zone Authority, in place of Umana of the Wonder Bank. We apologize to the most distinguished chief for the mix-up and regret any inconveniences this may have cost him. You can never practice a new truth when you do not practice the one you already know. Chop, I chop rotation. As we approach the 2023 general election, we've started hearing statements like, it's the turn of this zone. No, this zone still has so and so number of years to rule. No, power must shift to this side. Well, with the way Buhari's government has abused power, coupled with our docility in the last 7 years, power must be hungry everybody now. But let me ask, every one of them went on rule, how it take benefits the poor people from their geopolitical zone, apart from the few when they continually chop from the table of our common wealth. Remember, Obasanjo's presidency saw a few Yorubas who were chopping with him, shouting, power shift, despite his government not benefiting the average people in southwestern Nigeria. How about Yar'Adua's short tenure? He saw a new set of choppers from North Central who didn't mind keeping his shadow in office despite his incapacitation, provided they were chopping. Despite the chopping from a few Ijaws of the South-South region and the transformation of the pockets of a few others from the Southeast during Jonathan's government, there was no road to Otuoke, his own town, even water, as the east-west road from Warri through Port Harcourt to Aba continues to remain a death trap with potholes right through Jonathan's 6 years in government. Now, has Buhari's government elevated the average Fulani pastoralist in the North Central to an urban dweller, nor changed the poor Almajiris in the palace of the Emir of Daura to a rich industrialist, apart from enriching a few who has consistently been chopping from his government, despite the poverty in the north and the killing and banditry that has now been associated with his tribe, the Fulanis? Well, you and I know the answers. While it is good to have rotational presidency to give every one of us a sense of belonging, but I dare say that our own has always remained a chop-I-chop arrangement, irrespective of the tribe of the president, because of our inability to seek answers from our candidate before sheepishly and slavishly jumping on their bandwagon of ethnicity, religion, and tribe. Now, with the assent to the amended Electoral Act, apart from the fact that laws are not self-executory, as you will require good men to execute same, Nigerians must also wake up and refuse to elect people on the basis of turn by turn, who will then turn around to tell us they didn't know the problem of the country were this enormous even after we vote them in. I will therefore advocate that henceforth we must channel our energy to ask about the hows, where, when from the candidate as much as we bother about their state or region of origin. We must request to know not just the manifestos of their party and how they intend to implement same vis-a-vis their plans and program, same way we debate whether the candidates are Igbos, Hausas, Fulani, or Yorubas. We must also find out how much of the problem of the country they know. We must ensure that they have knowledge and understanding of the root causes of these problems and their short, medium, and long-term solutions to these challenges. Lastly, we must seek to know when, where, and especially the how they intend to solve this problem, the wage bill of the government, sources of funding and implementation of their plans and program. Same way we argue which region should produce the next president, so that we don't ending up as a borrowing country. Without this, if you like, shift power from north, south, west, east, south, south, northwest, northeast, north central, west, east, west, south, west, north, west, west, east, west, east, west, northwest, and north central. We will end up rotating the food from one set of people from one region to another set in another region. While some of us will be foolishly employed to consistently sell the story of the wrath of the previous administration cannot be erased in a flash, if you know what I mean. Even as they draw salaries and continue to chop, while the rest of us await another round of election to rotate from one set to another to chop again. Well, from the debate so far, the problem never tire us, as we are all waiting for our person to enter so we can chop. Until next week, keep the advocacy going. But if we struck a chord in you, simply follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. A problem you do not understand will always look enormous to you. Bye and see you next week.